purpose. So if it is recorded well, if there is a quality audio, it would be very good for you. Okay, so whenever you are not speaking, please mute yourself. If you want to speak out, you can just unmute and go ahead with your question. Okay, and what you can do is, if I'm talking about a particular topic and if you are coming up with some question, so let's do one thing, write on the chat screen. Okay, so that you should not forget, just write your question on the chat screen, and once I complete that particular topic, then I will go to the chat screen and I'll try to answer all the questions that you have written. Okay, so please try to follow this discipline. Now, telling you about me, my name is Gaurav. Okay, and I have around 15 years of SAP consulting experience, out of which from last 4 years I'm working with SAP S/4HANA. In these 4 years, I worked on 3 SAP S/4HANA implementation projects and 1 system conversion project. So what I have written here is something which I worked 100%. Okay, so 3 projects I was like part of the team and I was completely responsible for that. But apart from that, from last 1.5 year, I am not working full time. Okay, which means I am only supporting the companies wherever they are stuck. So I'm not considering those projects in this whatever I have written, because currently I'm working as a freelancer and I'm not working as a responsible person on the project. I am only available on the calls or maybe freelancing activities where some part of the project the team is not able to do and they just want the help on that particular topic. Okay, apart from that, coming to the training background, I conducted the trainings like this for more than 50 batches. Okay, the reason why we got confused here is I am not only teaching logistics, I also teach finance. My background is I am coming from 15 years of, in which I initially started working in finance, but from last 8 to 10 years, I am not restricting myself to finance. I am comfortable in working with logistics, MM, SD, mainly MM and SD. Okay, so to be more specific, whatever new topics have been changed in S/4HANA, those are something which are my core capability, and that is the reason I'm conducting these courses. So when I say 50 plus individual online classroom batches, it includes S/4HANA finance as well as logistics. Okay, and I also conducted many trainings for the corporates. So I conducted some of the trainings and I'm even conducting nowadays also on Atos and Tech Mahindra. Apart from this, these are some of the other companies where I also conducted many trainings. Okay, so this is about me. Talking about the course, so what are we going to talk about in this particular course is, this course is going to be around 35 to 40 hours. Okay, how it is divided? It is divided into these 4 parts. Okay, number 1 is, we are not going to jump directly on the logistics topics. We are not going to directly start with today itself, okay, what is changed in MM and what is changed in SD. Because before that, there are a lot of conceptual things that we must know whenever we are working on SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so what do you mean by conceptual things? So we need to understand what exactly is HANA, what is S/4HANA, what is the difference between HANA and S/4HANA, what are the different versions available for SAP S/4HANA, what is cloud, what is on-premise, what are the different ways in which a customer can migrate from ECC to S/4HANA, what is system conversion, what is new implementation, right? So things like this, what is Fiori, what is SAP Activate methodology. So these are the conceptual things that we must know before we go to the functional topics, right? So initial 3 to 4 sessions, we will be only talking about the basics of S/4HANA. Okay, and then we will deep dive into the logistics processes. So in logistics, please make sure that we are covering SAP MM, SAP SD, and MRP lab. Okay, and that too, we are only covering changes. We are not covering entire MM, entire SD, and entire MRP. We are only talking about what is changed compared to ECC in S/4HANA. Okay, so for example, we are not going to see everything in MM. We are only going to see what is new in SAP S/4HANA from the MM perspective. And to be very clear, I already listed down what are the topics within each module. So what are we going to cover in MM? What are we going to cover in SD? And what are we going to cover in MRP? Okay, so I'll come to this. First, let's complete this one. So around 20 hours of discussion would be practical in the system. We are not going to show you PPTs or PDFs during these sessions. This will be completely on the system. Okay, this will be obviously the discussion, maybe PPT or maybe the general discussion, like conceptual discussion. And then again, system conversion. Okay, once we complete what is new in SAP MM, what is new in SAP SD, and what is MRP Live, what are we going to do after that is we are going to see how the existing customers are going to upgrade themselves from SAP ECC to SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so what are the prerequisites of conversion? How are the tools which are provided by SAP in order to perform the conversion from ECC to S/4HANA? How are you going to convert your data? How are you going to convert your customers, vendors to business partners? So those things, again, we are going to see this in the system. Okay, and finally, once we complete all these things, you will be getting time, 1 or 2 sessions to clarify your doubts, because in the complete course, you are going to get 2 projects from my side. There will be one weekly project, which means the sessions will be most probably on the weekends. Okay, so if the sessions are on weekends, there will be 2 sessions per week. So whatever we are covering in a particular week, I'm expecting that same things you also tried on your own in the system. Okay, so that whatever things we are discussing, we are on the same page. And if you are finding any issues, you can definitely ask in the next session. Okay, so whatever I have done in the Saturday and Sunday, next Saturday I will give you time to ask your questions. So you'll be doing these weekly projects on every weekly basis. And once I complete this part, once I complete this up to this part, this once I complete this 3 groups, okay, before coming to the doubts and clarifications, once I complete this, then I'll be giving you the final project. Okay, in the final project, I will try to give you most of the things that we learned in the course. You will be getting 2 weeks of time to complete all those activities on your own. And if you have any doubt, you can definitely clarify during this doubts and clarification session. Okay, so like this, approximately 35 to 40 hours of course. Okay, it totally depends upon you, how much involvement you are showing in the class. Sometimes it goes beyond 40 hours. Sometimes if it is only me speaking, there is not much involvement from your side, it can be closed into 32 hours also. Okay, so now let's understand what exactly are we going to cover in this course. In 3 sessions, we are only going to cover the basics. That is, what is SAP HANA, what is SAP S/4HANA, and what is SAP Activate methodology. Okay, so within HANA, we are going to understand the topics like what is in-memory computing, what is column-based data storage, why SAP removed the aggregates and indexes, what is parallelization, and what is HANA calculation engine. Within SAP S/4HANA, we are going to understand what are the benefits of S/4HANA from the IT perspective, from the business perspective, what is the difference between cloud and on-premise, what are the different adoption options like new implementation, system conversion, and what is SAP Fiori. Okay, so in SAP Fiori, we are going to understand the roles and authorizations concept. Then we will talk about SAP Activate methodology, where we will understand how SAP Activate is different compared to SAP ASAP methodology that we were using from years. Okay, and where exactly can I get the content of SAP Activate? Where exactly I can get the detail of SAP Activate methodology? Where can I find the best practices? Okay, what is roadmap viewer? There are a lot of things that you will be required whenever you are working on the SAP Activate project. Okay, and then we will deep dive into SAP MM first. Okay, why MM? Because most importantly, whenever we want to do any logistics functionality, we need the material. So we are going to see what has been changed in the material master compared to ECC. You must be knowing that there is a big change in the form of vendor to business partner. So how exactly vendors and business partners will be created in SAP S/4HANA system. Then you'll be seeing the PO output based on BRF plus. So as of today, whenever you are working on SAP ECC system, your PO output is based on NACE, right? But in S/4HANA, there is a new way of determining the output that is based out of BRF plus. Now, what is BRF plus? When to use BRF plus? When to use NACE? Whether NACE is available or gone? All those things we will be discussing during the session on the output determination. Okay, then you have material ledger. Material ledger is not a new functionality. In SAP ECC also we had the material ledger functionality, but what is changed is that we are going to discuss. Harish, can you please mute yourself? There is some background noise. Thank you. Yeah, so material ledger is not a new functionality. Material ledger was available in SAP ECC also. What is changed now is it is technically mandatory to activate material ledger. Now, what is technical activation? Okay, so I know many of you might not be knowing at all what is material ledger. So we will understand what is material ledger, what are the functionalities available in material ledger, why SAP has made it mandatory to activate it, and why it is only technically required to be activated. And most importantly, how to activate it without involving any controlling consultant. You yourself, how you can activate the material ledger functionality from the technical point of view. Okay, then simplified pricing. There are some changes in the pricing procedure. There are some changes in the sourcing. Sourcing means you must be knowing there are different ways of sourcing. Source list, you have the contracts, you have the scheduling agreements, you have the quota arrangements. So there are some changes in those. There are some changes in the quota arrangements. There are some changes in the source list. Okay, so we will discuss about what has been changed from the sourcing point of view. Then data model changes. I think this is a favorite topic of all of you. You must have heard that there are many tables in SAP S/4HANA which are no more available. The tables like MKPF, MSEG. There is a new table called as MATDOC. So you might be knowing on the higher level what are the tables deleted, but what you need to understand is what type of tables are deleted. Okay, what type of tables are deleted, and if that tables are deleted, see, this is very important. If I say MKPF and MSEC table is deleted, what will happen to those customers who already created the custom codes on that tables? So what will happen to those reports? What will happen to that custom code? So we need to understand how SAP is going to take care of these problems. If they delete the tables, they need to give you some solution. Right, so we will understand what is the solution provided by SAP in order to make sure that even if the table is deleted, but still most of your reports should work as it is without any problem. Okay, and then there is a topic called as vendor rebate agreements. So in SAP ECC, the way in which we were creating the rebate agreements with the vendors, that functionality is totally gone. It is not available anymore in S/4HANA. There is a completely new functionality called as condition contract management, part of settlement management solution, which must be used in order to create the vendor rebates. Okay, and
hey Vikram, sorry, this is Praful. Just a quick question. So this is only for vendors, or even the customer rebates are managed under this one umbrella called rebate agreements?
Yeah, so you can see I'm coming to SD also. In SD also we have the rebate processing. So in both, in MM as well as SD, the way in which we were creating the rebate agreements earlier, that functionality is no more available, and it has been replaced with condition contract management in both the cases, MM as well as SD. Okay, so after the rebate agreements, we will have one session where we'll be understanding how SAP Fiori works on SAP MM. So I'll be giving you the list of all those apps. Okay, instead of giving the list, I will tell you how to download the list on your own. Okay, where to go to download, what are the different apps available on SAP Fiori from the MM point of view, when to use which app. Okay, what are the different scenarios, what are the different best practices which are available from SAP. So I'll make sure that you understand how in future also. So it should not be dependent. It should not be that I given you the documentation on 1909, but after 2 years you are struggling to get the latest document. I will show you how you can on your own download the latest document available from SAP. Okay, so that is something which we'll be discussing in SAP Fiori apps. So this is about MM. So please make sure that we are only going to talk about these topics in SAP MM. I don't know if some of you came with the idea that maybe we will be covering entire MM or entire SD. That is not the case at all. We are only going to talk about this topics whenever we are discussing MM. Okay, then there will be SD. In SD, again, we will be talking about the data model changes, which means against the table, which tables are deleted, why those are deleted, what will happen to my custom code. So those things we will discuss during the data model changes. Customer business partner, same as vendor business partner. So most of the things, if you see MM and SD, many things are common. Okay, so if you understood this well, you will be very easily understand the SD part also. So even if you are not coming from MM background, if you are coming from SD background, I will make sure that you are understanding everything in MM. Same way, if you are coming from the MM background, but you are not knowing what is SD, don't worry, whatever topics I have entered here, whatever topics I'm going to cover, I'm covering from basics. Okay, so even if you don't know what is credit management today, I will make sure that you understand what is credit management. Then I will tell you how credit management was working in SAP ECC. And then only I'll talk about what is new in S4HANA. So don't worry if any of this topic is not known to you, you have not worked on ECC, I'll make sure that these topics are very well understood in SAP S4HANA directly. Okay, so business partner, simplified pricing, credit management is something which will come only in SD. It is not a common topic. Rebate processing is common. So there are different kinds of rebates for vendor and for customer. That is the only difference, but otherwise it will be also using condition contract management. Output determination, similar to PO output determination in MM, in SD, you have the billing output determination. So again, in ECC, in order to determine the billing output, we use transaction code NACE, which was not available earlier, but now it is available. So there is a big question when to use what, right? What is good? NACE is good or BRF plus is good? So we will talk about those things during the billing output based on BRF plus. Then very important topic is advanced ATP. Okay, this advanced ATP was one of the functionality available in APO till now, global ATP, GATP. Now that GATP is very much part of your main core system. Okay, so advanced ATP functionality is now available within the core system itself. Okay, which is based completely on Fiori. So on Fiori, I will show you what is advanced ATP, which includes the backorder processing as well as product allocation. Right, so this functionalities of backorder processing and product allocation, they were only available in GATP till now. Now they are part of the core system itself via Fiori. And last one, we will see SAP Fiori apps related to SD. I missed one of the very important topic here. Let me enter is called as sales order fulfillment cockpit or sales order fulfillment issues. Okay, there is this new component which is provided by SAP called as sales order fulfillment, again based out of Fiori. So what it will do is it will help you identify which sales orders are in error, which sales orders are in issues related to delivery, related to credit. So one single screen which tell you everything, whatever problems are there in the sales order, you can just go to one single Fiori app and it will give you the entire end-to-end information, which was not possible in SAP ECC. Right, so we'll be discussing about sales order fulfillment issues also. Last one is MRP. Okay, so please understand we are not covering PP module. We are only covering MRP. Okay, so in PP, there are not much changes although, but still, even if there are changes, we are only covering MRP during our course. So within MRP, what we are covering is in SAP ECC, we were okay, so these were the transactions which are allowing us to carry out the MRP run. In S4HANA, SAP came up with the new transaction that is MD01N, which is called as MRP Live. Okay, so I'll also tell you during the sessions that even on SAP ECC also, you can use MRP Live if you want. Okay, but I will explain you what is MRP Live, what are the benefits of MRP Live compared to the MRP, and we will try to execute some of the transactions using MRP Live functionality. So within MRP Live, there is no concept of planning, file, and horizon. So I don't know how many of you know today what is planning file, what is horizon. So that is the reason I don't want to touch this in detail today. But whenever we are going to talk about this MRP lab functionality, I will make you understand what we mean by planning file and horizon, what is total dependent requirement, and what has been changed compared to ECC. Okay, and the last one, which is after the completion of the functional topics, we are going to understand what are the steps required in order to convert your system from SAP ECC to SAP S/4HANA. Right? How are you going to convert your system from ECC to SAP S/4HANA? So what are the migration tools? What are the prerequisites? What will happen to the custom codes? How are you going to perform the data migration from the ECC to S4? And also, how are you going to convert vendors, customers to business partners, which is mandatory step before you perform the system conversion. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to discuss throughout this course. So any questions as of now related to the course, like what exactly will be covered, what will not be covered?
Hey, just this is Praful. I don't see any of the shipping functions covered, like deliveries, picking, packing, goods issue, warehouse management, any of those.
No, Praful, as I told you, we are only talking about those things where there is a change.
Okay. So in
Right?
those shipping functions, there's no change in S/4HANA?
Not much, because anyways, shipping functions we will be using here, because see, just to tell you one thing, whenever we are going to do the shipping, we definitely need the shipping before we do the billing, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, the part will come. If you see any change, we will definitely discuss, but otherwise you will not find any much difference in the shipping and all.
Okay.
One change is for everywhere you will be using SAP Fiori. That is one change for sure. Every functionality, MMSD, whatever transactions you were doing using the traditional GUI, using the old transaction codes, now you will be using SAP Fiori. Again, it is optional, but yes, that is one change, obviously, for all the processes.
Okay.
This is Arvind here. So will you be talking about the BRF functionality for in use other than output management?
No, we are only going to talk about BRF Plus for output.
But it can be used for multiple things, right? So at least we would be able to guide us through on that.
Sorry?
So if you can talk to us about BRF functionality in general and how we can use it for other than output management, that will be helpful.
No, even I'm not sure. So I don't want to commit something which I'm not comfortable.
Okay.
The BRF Plus is a technical subject altogether. It requires a technical expertise. But what we need to do is we just need to set up the configuration, which is actually not even BRF Plus. BRF Plus is a functionality, but the transaction code also that we are using is OPD, output parameter determination.
Okay.
Any changes in S/4HANA regarding PS and PM plant maintenance and project system modules?
Not much in PS and PM. Only Fiori, like as I told you, Fiori is a new user interface. But apart from that, if you talk about the functionality relevant changes, there are not much changes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions that you have?
So
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. What in relation to simple logistics? Are you going to cover things on simple logistics?
There is nothing called as simple logistics. There is no term called as simple logistics. It just refers to SAP S/4HANA logistics functionalities. So within logistics comes SD, within logistics comes MM, within logistics come PP, PM, PS. These are all logistics modules, right?
I was talking more in terms of the EWM components of it.
No, EWM we are not talking here. We are not talking anything about EWM.
Okay, so in EWM, that's where the simple logistic thing is. Okay, no.
Okay. Hey, just one more question, Vikram. Vikram, right?
Yes, Vikram or Gaurav. My nickname is Gaurav, so you can call Vikram Gaurav, completely fine.
Okay, sure. Now for SD, the topics that you have shown, these are the only topics that have changed with S4HANA, and all others are pretty much the same, or?
Yes. So see what topics I'm covering. This same topics you will find in the certification books also. What has been provided by SAP.
Okay.
Even the functionality wise, if you see, you are going to get the system access also. So
Yeah.
at any point of time, whenever you are practicing, if you come across a new thing that you are not aware, definitely we will try to look into that. But
Okay.
according to me, these are the only topics which are changed in SAP S/4HANA, because whatever projects we have worked, we have not done anything apart from these topics in a new way.
Okay.
Vikram, this system on the system conversion topics from ECC to S4 HANA, you will be covering the topics which you were mentioned in the slide, the migration tools base structure. Will you be getting the complete material on that?
Material in the sense, you mean the PDFs?
Yes.
Yes. As I told you, I will make sure that there are many PDFs available, but you will get confused if you try to download on your own. So I will ask you to download only relevant PDFs, which are available free of cost from SAP itself to help the customer.
Okay. Thank you.
Because in the certification, if you are going for the certification exam in MM or SD, they will not ask you the questions related to system conversion. System conversion is not part of the exams. But you need to know, because most of the projects that you will be working in coming years, that might be on the system conversion.
Okay. Anything on the real property, REFX?
No. I'm not covering that.
Okay. All right. That's good.
REFX, REFX, I don't think there is much change. Only thing is the old REFX. There was classic REFX, right? That will be gradually discarded, and there will be only this new REFX flexible will be available.
Okay.
Yes. But if you already be flexible one, then you don't need to worry, because that will remain as it is.
We have the flexible REFX.
Then no need to worry. It will remain as it is.
Okay.
Any help in terms of certification that you will be providing?
See, certification PDFs for sure will be provided to you. And obviously, whenever we are discussing about a particular topic, if there is anything which is important, I will let you know that this is something which is very important. You should make sure that whenever this question comes, you should be able to answer this like this way. And I think maybe you need to check with the coordinators.
Hello, you're breaking.
You just broke up, Vikram. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, I was just saying that we can also check with Zahir, coordinator, whether he will provide you the dumps also for the certification.
Okay.
On the BRF side, we have to set the whole BRF plus before we go to the OPD. Is that a fair statement?
No, BRF plus needs to be set up by basis, by technical.
Okay.
So even I will show you the SAP note in which it is clearly explained how to set up the BRF plus for the output determination. Okay, so although in the testing project I can do it if it is already not done. Now it is already done because I'm taking the sessions from long. But for the first time, even I have done, so it is not a very big deal. But the thing is, you might not get the technical transaction code access at all. And that is the reason it is a responsibility of a basis. They should be doing it in behalf of you.
But what about the settings and all, like BRF place it's based on the cost centers, correct?
Based on the
cost centers?
No.
One of the parameters is based on the cost centers, or based on the mass?
There is no relation to cost center.
Okay.
BRF Plus is a technical component which you need to activate. Once it is activated, then you can use OPD like NACE, where you can go and enter the conditions like based on what you want to determine your output. So you can determine purchasing group, purchasing organization, supplier. So same like NACE.
Okay. Okay. So this is I'm just confused about the workflow and BRF plus.
Workflow is different thing.
Yeah. That's why. Okay. Thank you.
So, hey, BRF Plus supports IDOC, because typically you have a lot of IDOCs going back and forth, particularly in large organizations where you have different systems talking to each other.
Mhm.
So does BRF Plus support IDOCs?
Yes, PRF Plus supports IDOCs.
And we'll talk about those, or what is changed for IDOCs when we're talking about BRF Plus, right?
No, there is no change in terms of IDOCs. Only thing is, the earlier what you were doing is, in order to set up the IDOC process, you were doing the setting for the IDOC, and then in the NACE you were telling the system that I want to use IDOC for this particular functionality, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, the IDOC settings will remain same. That is the reason we are not touching the IDOC settings. But
Okay.
how to determine the IDOC using OPD, that is something I will show you.
Okay. So that basic WE30 and the IDOC configuration, message type and all that remains the same. That has not changed.
Right.
And we can still use the standard SAP IDOCs like orders 05 for order acknowledgement and all that stuff, right? No changes there.
Most of them are available as it is. But again, I'll give the list of all those IDOCs. Like if you go to the simplification list, I don't know whether you know what is simplification list today or not. But during the session, I will be also explaining you what is simplification list and how you can go yourself and verify what is supported, what is not supported.
Okay.
What about the custom segments that has been done in IDOCs? Will that be taken care in S4 HANA?
So customs, if you are talking about the new customs, definitely you can write the new customs as long as you are using on-premise. If you are using cloud, there is no question of custom. Cloud is running on the best practices.
Yeah, but what about the IDOCs enhancements which have been already done? That
So
will be migrated. Sorry?
Are you talking about the migration project in that case?
No, I think basically you have custom segments in IDOCs. Like today in ECC, when you're using IDOCs, there are a lot of custom segments that you use in every IDOC where you send whatever information you want to send. I believe the question was, would those custom segments continue to exist in S4 HANA and be supported? And is the method still the same? Tomorrow you want to extend the orders 05 IDOC and add a custom segment to add certain information that you want to send out. Is that process remaining the same?
Okay, so the answer is depends upon two things. Number one, if you are using SAP S4HANA on-premise system, you still have the options whatever you were getting in ECC, right?
Yeah.
But if you are using cloud, in cloud, you will not get that much flexibility that you were getting in SAP ECC, because in cloud, not much custom code is supported. Okay,
is it because it is handled by a service provider, and if you want any specific changes, you have to request them to make it?
Yes, exactly. You cannot make the changes because when you are talking about a cloud, normally it is a public cloud which is being shared by multiple customers. So if you change anything, that may affect other customers also. So that is the reason that much flexibility is not available on cloud. But my second thing was, if you are talking about the customer who is already using custom segments, okay, then this customer will migrate to S4 HANA, whether those custom segments will remain as it is or you need to write it again. If that is a question, then that depends upon whether that custom segments are supported or not. So maybe some of the custom codes will be supported, maybe some of the other custom code segments will not get supported. How to determine that? So again, there is a tool called as Maintenance Planner and Custom Code Analyzer, which we'll be discussing during this one, migration tools. So this reports will tell you whether your IDOCs will work as it is or there needs to be some adjustment before they can be used in the S4HANA system.
Okay. So basically you'll use the T code like SPA1, SPA and identify all those stuff, which is okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But instead of using T codes, this is not very straightforward, because when you're talking about SAP S4HANA, all these things needs to be done using the SAP Marketplace ID. So That is something which the information you need to send to the SAP marketplace, and the report will be generated from there itself.
That's what it's.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so any other questions on any of the topic?
Will it be possible for you to list out any of the changes that has been made in project systems and cross application timesheet, if it's possible?
Not see, because I don't want to commit anything which I may not be able to deliver. So normally I'm delivering this, because the thing is also we don't get that much people in such a way that most of the guys who are coming from this background get the benefit. But PS, maybe if you want 1:1, I can check it and maybe let you know.
Yeah, that will be good. PS and CATS. Because I'm in charge of along with RFX. So if it is that, if you are okay with that, that will be good.
I think there is no.
Sorry, we were breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Same.
No, we lost your thing. Can you repeat what you just now said on PS and CATS?
I said whenever I'll be taught the sticky list, I think most of your questions related to PS, REFX, you can solve on your own, because there are not major changes in those functionalities.
Okay, that's good, because it's totally integrated with other FICO and travel and other stuff. So we need to know that. That'll be good. It'll be that's good.
Right. Okay, so if no more questions, maybe we can close this demo session, and I think about the timings and all, and you can always, if you have any questions, you can directly ask from say.
Okay, just one question. How many sessions would this overall course take?
See, it's, as I told you, around 35 hours of discussion, which means if I divide this into one, see, initially we will start for around 90 minutes of sessions, that is 1.5 hours. Okay. So on an average, just to tell you, based on our previous batches, it takes around 8 weeks of time. Consider 8 to 10 weeks. Yeah, 8 to 10 weeks. 10 weeks is maximum, and normally an average of 8 weeks.
Okay, and then you give enough time for practice and exercises and all that, right, during the course?
That is the reason I'm giving you the gap of this 15 days here. So what I'll do is, once I complete this topic, I will give you the 15 days of gap, so that you can come up with all of your doubts and clarifications. And also, as I told you, every weekly. So whatever we are discussing today, see, we are discussing theoretical today. Even for next 2-3 sessions, it would be basic conceptual discussion. So definitely you will not touching the system during that time. But once we start these topics, like once we go ahead and start this MM and SB changes, my expectation is before we meet in the next weekend, you should be able to carry out all those activities that we have done, and you can time half an hour, 1 hour, or whatever. There is no time restriction. Even if you are going beyond 40 hours, I don't have any problem in that. But I want to make sure that all your questions are answered. So whatever have been in 1 week, by the next week you can come up with whatever doubts you have. We will first solve the doubts, and then we'll start the normal session.
Okay. So since you're saying next week, do you mean we are going to have like weekly sessions, or is it like a daily session? What's the plan?
Again, we still are not be options available, but how exactly it is being planned. So normally, I think it would be session. So Saturday.
On the anything on
finance management is completely different thing. Even in finance, Also, it is in funds management, to be very frank, there are not much of changes in S4HANA.
Okay. So is the so if you to start the finance first and the logistics, or it could be other way around too?
No, first you start with what is your core area. I think that would be better. Even when you're planning to write the certification exam, you first go for your core module, and then if you have time and if you think that yes, now I can spend more time on the other modules, then you can select one more.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, so Vikram, would you be open to have a daily class instead of a weekend class?
As I told you, see, as of now, even I'm not sure. So you can tell your availability and your preferences to the coordinator Zahir, and he will coordinate with me. If he has slots available in the weekdays also, we can think about that also. So it totally depends upon what is the preference for most of the guys.
Okay. And Praful, what is your preference?
I think I would prefer daily so that there is continuity, and then the weekends, because if you just have a marathon 3 or 4 hour session on the weekends, then you probably end up through.
Yeah, that's my opinion as well. I don't know about others. I guess there was another person.
They coordinate with you, so you can your preferences, and accordingly he will arrange.
Yeah, I think as Arvind said, the two of us would definitely prefer that day, and maybe if others can just chime in at this point, then probably we will know what the group consensus is.
Right.
Hi. Traveling to join.
Hello, everyone. This is Banet here. So, deal for me is different. So, time zones each of us is on. So again, we will probably to see what times are for.
Okay. Zahir, are you there on the call? So maybe if you want to discuss this now, or you can decide whether you want to discuss 1:1 with all of them before coming up with the.
Hello, Zaid here.
So let's know who is on.
Yeah, myself, this is Praful. I'm on the Eastern Zone.
I'm also on.
Okay, so okay, right?
Yeah, US.
Yeah. So I think 8 p.m. EST daily, Monday to Friday.
Will be perfect. Yes.
Zahir, is that okay?
PM.
You can check, okay, because check out all the guys. Okay, please check with all others and let me know. We will start as per your requirement. Yeah.
Okay. 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, Zahir.
So within 1 week, the courses will be over, or 2 weeks? If it is going to be every day, it's going to be every day.
No, it should still be 8 to 10 weeks, right, Vikram?
Sorry.
A week. Now, what would be the total duration of the course? It would still be 8 weeks, right?
No. If it is Delhi, it will be reduced to around 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Okay.
Any we will coordinate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so anything apart from the timings part, Zahir will coordinate and he will arrange and he will inform us when the batch is starting, at what time, all those things can be handled by him.
Hello, yeah, Zahir here. So, could you hear me? Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hello. So we, hello Vikram.
Yes,
Yeah, so please,
we can hear you.
yeah, please discuss with each other. Okay. So we actually initially we had a plan
Yes.
for this weekdays batch. Okay. Because most of the guys are looking to fast track, so we have decided of a weekdays batch, and it will be, I think, complete in 5 to 6 weekends or weekdays. Okay, 6 or 7 as per the requirement and all this thing as Gaurav discussed with you. So uh, I think that what will be the preference from other guys? Okay, we will decide for weekdays. Okay, and if they are looking for weekend, so they will another batch will start for weekend. Okay, mostly we are planning for weekdays batch. So do
Okay.
you have yeah? So do you have any questions? And if anybody are planning for a weekend, please let me know as well, so we can discuss and we'll start for different batch for weekend. Okay. But weekdays batch
As
is
will you be able to say when
hello. Weekdays batch is better where we can means it will be regularly update to use and will regularly session will be conduct and as well as it will be complete in 6 to 7 weeks, right? So if we go for weekend, so it will be long. That's why we are planning for weekdays.
no, Zagis, will you be able to send the material
Yeah,
well in advance? The training material.
yeah, you'll get each and everything materials. Okay, once you will enroll, you'll get server access materials, each and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Hello,
Okay.
Vikram. Wanted to hear. So I would mean to go over the overview with the topics that you had today.
Pardon, I can't hear you. This voice is breaking somewhere.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I was asking that are we meeting tomorrow to just go over all the overview, whatever was listed on the meeting tomorrow to discuss that, or we are not?
It's means you can ask if you have any doubts today. So the same thing that will be repeat tomorrow as well. So what exactly you want to
Okay.
ask? Yeah. So do you have any specific questions? So you can ask to him. Vikram is available right now. Okay.
No. I don't have any questions. So the slide, the from the screenshot,
The screenshot of.
I think he had the list on like so up to 1.4. So I don't know if we are meeting to discuss the rest, so probably not relevant. I just want to know.
No. The other slides are not relevant to demo. That are related to the first session. So whenever we'll be taking the first session, we will start from there.
Okay. All right. That's okay.
The voice is breaking. That's why I can't hear you. There's a problem. Yeah.
Thanks.
And Zahir, when are you planning to start these sessions?
So yeah, we are planning. We'll give the exact date. We are not committed right now. Okay. So as soon as possible, we'll. Okay. If next week we will start. Okay. It may be as soon as possible. Okay. So we are planning from this. It is Tuesday. Okay. And if it is possible, then we can start from Tuesday. Okay. Let me check with the guys, and I will update you. Okay, so Gaurav, can we close right now? If anybody having any
Yes.
questions, so we'll discuss. Okay, I will call you separately each month. Yeah, and we'll discuss.
Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Vikram. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.